Hey, what is going on everyone? Grunge Gaming back here, and in today's video I want to go over how to make your aim assist a lot better on console. For PC players, there might be some things you can take out of this video if you want, but if you're on console, this will be very beneficial to you. Some people still use their classic settings, and more importantly, their classic aim settings, default aim assist settings, and things like that. I'm going to be going over how to make your life in Apex a lot easier when aiming and in gunfights. Basically, what I've noticed since I've done some work in my settings, which I will be showing up on screen, and you can copy it down, and I'll be going over the most important things about this. Not everyone wants to go over every little detail, and you guys are more than welcome to try it out for yourselves, but when I do this, all I have to do is just point it in the general direction of the player, and now I completely beam them. Now, one of the things when getting new settings, short little thing, it does take time to get used to. When I first got new settings, I remember overcorrecting a lot for a couple days, because when you update your settings, especially when you turn on advanced movement and aiming settings, you will notice your life becoming a lot easier and that you are overcorrecting actually, which is pretty funny. But all it does is just helps you aim a lot better, because with console and controllers, they are a little hard to aim. With PC, with the mouse, right, it's very easier. Now, I know a lot of people don't like aim assist, right? It's almost legal aimbot in the game, it's just not that accurate, right? It's pretty gosh darn good, and a lot of PC players in tournaments get away with this, and their lives become a lot more easier because they have this onset aimbot, which I have in my settings enabled, right? So I'm going to go over a couple things in the settings. I will flash up what I'm talking about on screen. Feel free to try what I have, and if this is your first time, you can always go back and restore your defaults if you don't like it. But I really found that these were my favorite settings, and I have never changed them since. I've done a little tweaking here and there, but I've really never drastically changed my settings in Apex Legends. Let's get straight into some of the details. First, if you go to your controller tab in your settings, and if you don't know how to open up your settings, I'll also show you how to do that right now. Once you are in your settings, you will go down to controller and you will scroll all the way down, and while I'm at it, don't forget to turn up your cursor speed. Sometimes when I'm looting, your cursor will go very slow. Make sure to turn that up a little bit. It's a little hard, and if you turn it up too high, it will get out of control. But turning up your cursor speed is huge in gunfights, but that's really not part of the video, just a useful tip. But once you scroll all the way down, you'll get to movement and aiming. You can copy down the settings I have before going on advanced look controls, enabling advanced look controls to be your main. As you guys can see in mine, it just says ALC enabled. So basically what I've done is these are basically just set in stone, and I can't really adjust them because the aimbot settings that I have kind of override these. So once you go into advanced look controls, you guys will see everything that I have equipped and changed from the default advanced look settings and aiming. Now, a lot of these settings has to do with aiming and looking. Now, looking and aiming kind of go together, right? If you can't look fast enough or over that enemy, you can't aim down and you can't shoot them. So I'll be going over some of those important settings you will find here. So once you are in the advanced settings, you can just copy down what I have here. For starters, you're going to want to scroll all the way down to target compensation. You're going to see target compensation and melee target compensation. Now, it's kind of funny, melee, I mean, if you don't do that much punching, right, it's pretty obsolete to you, but this will end up making it easier to punch your enemy, right? It'll kind of lock on. It's like aim assist for punching. So you're going to want to go ahead and turn those both on. Going back to the main menu just for 1 second, not the main menu, but the main controller settings. Basically, the big one is your movement dead zone. You're going to want to put that on small all the time. This means you're going to be able to get people. It's for finer aiming, along with the dead zone in advanced settings. Dead zone, like I have it at 16% at the moment. This basically helps your aiming out a ton. It's for finer aiming, smoother, things like that. Make sure your response curve is on linear. This is going to give you more control. Now, the rest of the settings, as you guys can see in my advanced, right, there are a bunch of things like yaw speed, pitch speed, things like that. this is going to make your movement better. People don't understand that aiming in this game is about movement. After you put the settings that I have here, you guys will actually feel like you're on a PC, like you have a mouse. Your aiming is going to be so much smoother. Before I had these settings, I always felt like it was kind of bogging me down, and I couldn't move as freely as I wanted to. Now with this, it really do feel like you are on a PC with a mouse. Your aiming will be a lot more clear, and with the aim assist, you will be able to lock on targets much easier. Now, what I will say about movement dead zone being small, this is the last thing I'll talk about. Basically, what happens when your movement dead zone is on small, it's gonna make the area of shooting a lot smaller. So that means only bullets in a smaller range are actually gonna go into the target. For them to actually have this in their settings that not that many people know about, it's actually kind of crazy that these settings are here just waiting for you to turn on. This basically makes it so instead of your bullets flying way out one way, they're all gonna go in one single line. It basically is like a shotgun, right? It shoots like, 8 different shells, 8 different directions, right? Well, with this, you're gonna be shooting one direction all the time, which makes it very smooth and very straight when you're shooting your bullets, which is gonna impact a lot more on the enemy. Anyway, that's it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed the settings video. Subscribe for more. Thanks to my subscribers, channel members. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys.